Jackie fan. Probably about 7 years old. Jackie don't care. You're going to laugh right through that, right, Jackie? That's it. Okay.
You're going to live life like there's no tomorrow. Here's my favorite story about living life like there's no tomorrow. This was in January of this year. It was an off-duty cop at a high-stakes blackjack table in a casino in Michigan. Do you know the story? Anyone? Yeah. Lost everything he had, pulled his gun out, and blew his head off right there at the f***ing table. Well, I'm not saying it's a happy story, but man, if you're going to call your own way out, what a beautiful way to do it. What else is going to wipe the smirk off of that dealer's face when he takes your last dime? Good luck. Boom. I'm telling you, suicide is another thing that's so frowned upon in this society, but honestly, life isn't for everybody. It really isn't. It's sad when kids kill themselves because they didn't really give it a chance, but life is like a movie. If you've sat through more than half of it and it's sucked every second so far, it probably isn't going to get great right at the very end for you and make it all worthwhile.
Guy knows what he's talking about. That's Doug Stanhope, comedian. Got some kind of guitar thing going on behind him. Don't know too much.
He has to talk over the guitar.
Don't know too much about him, but he's a funny guy. That's true. We've been in Vegas. We just got back from there. Best way to wipe the smirk off that dealer's face is to kill yourself right in front of him. That'll make him think through everything. Doug Stanhope is here with us, sitting in. He, of course, what?
Who is Doug Stanhope?
How do I know?
Morning.
Doug Stanhope is a stand-up comedian.
How the hell do I know?
Funny guy. We've played his stuff on the air before, actually.
Yeah?
Here, I'll play you a bit of Doug's. Doug, I'm going to play you a bit on suicide. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. A resident of Los Angeles. He's very tied into the show business community.
Really? Then he knows all about the Oscar parties.
He was probably at all of them.
Yes.
Probably working as a waiter. Right, Doug?
I haven't been for a while. I went a couple of years ago to some parties when I had a pseudo-celebrity girlfriend who dragged me out.
Who was that?
Her name was Christine Haas. She was on a show called Head of the Class.
Yeah.
Wow, that was your girl. You know what? You must be a good... Let me look at you. You must be a good-looking guy because I hear you get laid like... This guy gets laid in the comedy clubs like crazy.
The women just grab him.
Yeah, I forget who I heard that from, but it was like... There's like pictures of him at comedy clubs naked and with chicks. Right, Doug?
Yeah, I used to do pretty well back when my act was kind of more milk toasty. The more you tell the truth, the less they want to have it.
Yeah, right. The more you look like a loser, they don't want you.
Yeah, the less cute you get on stage, huh?
Yeah. The hair's going, I'm getting fat.
Doug's notorious for sleeping with waitresses at comedy clubs.
Really?
Yeah.
Not anymore. I have a girlfriend now who's just devastated that I mentioned Christine before I mentioned her.
Who is your girlfriend now?
I'm dating a comic now. Her name's Betsy.
Betsy
Wise. Yeah.
He does all right. He had 4 women at once.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do you handle that? Do you? What are the logistics of 4 women at once?
How do you get 4 women at once?
I lucked into that one. I was just in the right place at the right time.
Did they know you were there?
There were waitresses, and they were all like the bi trendy kind of girls. Like,
yeah.
You know.
They all wanted to experiment, and you were at least they didn't feel totally gay if they had a guy there.
Right.
Exactly. Actually, I don't think they wanted me there at all. I think they were just too drunk to drive me home. Or
you got to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was too drunk. I couldn't even get it up. I was just trying to squeeze enough blood into it so I could. Like I was actually focused on making sure I actually got it in each one time, so it was technically official that
you had sex.
You were there. You were in the orgy.
Exactly. That doesn't happen.
He was barely in the orgy, but he got there. He technically had sex with each one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, maybe I won't play Doug's bit now. I did enough.
Everybody knows who he is.
Now we know who he is. You don't need to hear his bit. We'll play his bits later.
Okay.
He's got some good ones. He's a funny guy. Doug Stanhope with us today. And also coming in. Hey now, everybody, what's happening? We are here. Craig Gass is here today. Doug Stanhope is here. Came back to say hello.
What's going on, man?
Hey, see, I just realized what every stand-up comedian's dream is.
What is that?
To get big enough in their stand-up career to get to make a bad movie like Tom Green did.
Oh.
Right?
Did you see it?
I didn't see Casey. Casey called me yesterday afternoon. Yesterday was such a beautiful day here in New York.
It was gorgeous. Were you out?
Yeah, kind of. You know what happens with me?
What?
Like, I can walk around all winter in Manhattan, and, I mean, people come up and say hello and stuff, and everybody seems civilized. But then in the summer, as soon as the nice weather comes out and I walk around...
You get attacked?
Well, you know, not attacked, but everybody gets crazy or something in the heat. They just feel like approaching you about every problem or everything. So
they come up and talk to you?
Yeah, and it's very hard. It's almost like a personal appearance just walking around. So
So you had to run back in?
More or less, you know. Yeah, I'll tell you all about that.
All right.
But anyway, Casey called me Sunday and says, you want to go see Tom Green Got Fingered. Really?
Tom Green got fingered.
Oh. Good morning, it's Monday. I have a psychological problem with Mondays. I just cannot get out of bed. I hate giving up the weekend. I just can't. It just makes me feel like a little kid Mondays, like I'm going to school or something. Do you get this way?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I have to go to bed early, and I go to bed earlier than kids, which is really just depressing.
I just get depressed.
And then you have to be able to get up in the morning and go do your chores.
So, Friday night I was Father of the Year, of course. It's really weird.
Do?
Well, you know, listen, when you're divorced now, you know how you always see these dads pushing their kids in the park and, you know,
carrying them and doing all kinds. I told you about the guy with the 2 kids at the Tom Green movie. I know he's divorced.
Right. I got to tell you something. I'm one of those dads now.
You know what? I used to know there was this organization called Parents Without Partners.
Yeah.
You know, in places outside of New York where there's not really a lot to do.
You just go there to get laid.
All these parents get together. Well, it becomes a dating thing.
Yeah.
But they have to create activities for the kids.
Yeah, that's where you go to meet chicks after you failed at satisfying the chick you were married to. You go there and try and convince a new chick that you're going to be a better man.
She understands because she has a kid, too.
Yeah, meanwhile, they should get all the ex-wives together so they can tell each other about how lousy we are.
Because somehow or other, when a woman sees a guy with a kid, she all of a sudden thinks he's okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's just one day a week with the kid. What about the rest of the week?
And why is he out of the house?
Yeah. Guys are not good with kids. I know I'm not. I mean, you know, I have to go to a psychiatrist and learn how to be more sensitive and stuff. And because I have daughters, so I have to learn how to talk to girls. That's where I go to the psychiatrist a lot of times for, because he teaches me how to be, like, sensitive and, like, more emotional with them and stuff.
And not to blow off whatever they're saying.
Not to blow off what they're saying. Because, you know what? Whenever there's a problem, my basic inclination is you take them aside and you go, listen, you F up again. I'm going to beat the crap out of you and just shut up and act like a man. And stop talking so much and having problems.
Stop crying.
Be a man.
You sissy.
Yeah. But you go to the shrink and you got to listen. You understand they're trying to tell you something, isn't that the other thing? And, you know, so I try my best, you know, whatever. But Friday night, whoa, hold on. 1 second. I'm sorry, Doug. I don't have your mic on.
No, I just said if the shrink knows what to say, why don't you just send the kids to the shrink?
Yeah, well, you know what? And then you find out the shrink has kids, and they're all like drug addicts and stuff.
Well, that's the problem. The shrink doesn't know how to talk to his own kids.
Yeah.
But he knows how to talk to everybody else.
My girlfriend's parents are both shrinks, and she's messed up out of her gourd.
Right. She had sex with you. This guy, Doug, by the way, was sitting in, and I should give you a plug, Doug, and I'll give everybody plugs in a minute, but I can't find them right now. But the fact of the matter is, Doug is really a screwed-up dude.
Is he?
Yeah. Doug shows me during the commercial, he's got a...
Well, you missed the backstory.
No, I'll give you the backstory. You know how people carry around baby pictures?
Of their baby.
Of their baby? Well, he's a single guy. He didn't have any baby pictures. Yeah. So he carries around pictures of the dead. Like, you know, everybody carries around pictures of someone who just came into this world. He takes pictures and shows you people who are checking out. Like, he carries around a picture in his wallet of him kissing his dead father.
You mean the father's dead?
He's dead. He's laying in the bed.
He died right before I came here last time. I had just come from his funeral.
You're kidding.
But he had died at home, so it was pretty creepy because it took him like 2 hours to get the body out of there.
Right. How do they get the body out?
There's a hospice person, and they come down, and then they make sure he's dead. Like, yeah, we know he's dead.
But, you know, sometimes you can't tell when a guy's near the end. Sometimes they
probably pop up on you.
Yeah, you probably thought he was dead a lot of times. You know what I mean? How'd you know he was dead? Who checked him?
Well, we were sitting around him, and you saw the chest stop moving, and then my brother actually did the glass under his nose, which was really creepy. He took off his glasses and put it under.
Let me understand something. Your dad was living at home. Your mom's still alive?
Mom's still alive.
All right, so your mom was primarily taking care of him. You don't live with your parents anymore.
She'll be dead if I'm not funny on this show.
Right. So she primarily lives with your dad,
my mom lives with me in L.A. My dad lived alone in Massachusetts.
Oh, they were divorced.
But he came down to my brother's house right at the end.
Were they divorced?
Yeah, they've been divorced forever.
So your dad was living alone?
Yeah.
And he died at home alone?
No, he died at my brother's house. He was in the hospital. He had cancer.
Right.
We thought it was going to take a lot longer, but it was like at. All right, with the creepy music. Yeah. So they when it looked like all right, it's going to be any time. My brother brought him down to his house. So he died at the house.
All right. So the guy was like a lonely old man, no wife.
Right.
Your mom wants nothing to do with him. They weren't friends, were they?
They were friends.
They were.
They talked. Yeah.
Okay. So they move him down as he's dying to your brother's house. Where's that?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay. And you went down there because you heard he was dying?
Yeah.
Had your father remarried?
No, he remarried, and she dumped him. She was a skank.
Oh, my goodness.
She left because my dad was a big church guy, not the religion, but the whole social aspect. He did senior lunch, and that was his big thing.
Right.
But she left. The minister was a woman, and his wife left him for the minister's husband.
Wow.
Like big scandal.
So big scandal. Okay. So your old man, how old the guy?
73.
73 years old. In the picture, he looks much older, to be quite honest with you.
He's dying.
Yeah, understood. So was he a smoker?
No, didn't do anything. No smoking, no drinking.
What kind of cancer?
He ate butter a lot. He'd eat butter right off the side.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
What kind of cancer was it?
Colon cancer.
Oh.
They took 9 inches out of his colon.
Did he eat crummy foods, like a lot of steak and potatoes?
Yeah, he was, his
no
diet
vegetables.
Was
Was he a fat guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he looks skinny in the picture.
Yeah.
That cancer,
it takes the pound.
It does work. So, okay, so they moved your dad down.
Stop speed.
The hospital says, look, this guy's going to die. Let him die at home. Your brother says, move him into my house. Your brother married?
Brother's married.
All right, so
Has he got kids?
He's got 2 kids. Yeah, so that's the thing.
Grandpa.
When Dad dies, I'm looking at it, and my brother's sitting there fat with his newborn baby, and I'm going, that's the progression of life right there. You're born, you get fat, you die.
Right.
And then you go, this is only the second dead guy I've ever seen in 34 years on this planet. You figure if that's the progression of life, you should see about the same amount of dead people as you see new people.
But you don't. They hide them away, the dead.
Exactly. I think it's far more
They
interesting.
put them right in the ground.
If I had a picture, if you came up to me and said, do you want to see a picture of my dead guy? Go, yeah.
But let me understand something. I mean, are you doing, because this is really the darkest thing I've ever seen. Are you doing this strictly to be funny? And you know this is funny because you hand people a picture of your dead father, because I can't get the image out of my mind now that I've seen it. I don't even recommend you look at it.
Who had a camera?
His brother.
Wow.
So let me understand something. So when the guy dies, you have him at home, and now you're like, well, there's no nurse there or anything, right?
The nurse had come earlier in the day, and she said he's probably got 10. But sometime today. It was about 10 hours later that he died. She said it would be sometime today.
Right.
And she left.
And so you all sat around the bed waiting for him to die for 10 hours? Because you all wanted to be there to see him die.
Was he conscious?
When I walked in the door, I just taped that Comedy Central special. I jumped on it's a good week. And then got on the next bus, and I walked in the door, and they said, Doug's here. And he lit up. He kind of sat up, and that was it.
Oh.
Then he didn't say anything or anything. So, see, that's when you should have snapped a picture, too.
You never know.
So the thing that disturbs me about the picture is your dad's laying flat on his back. I mean, you should have propped him up like Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, and kissed him that way so we could see his face at least.
Yeah, well, my brother's father-in-law was there, and when we started taking pictures, he was just
freaking.
Yeah, I've never heard of having pictures at the deathbed.
You should have put him in a Santa costume.
Goofy. Well, the fact that he was there, because my brother and I have such gallows humor like that. It's a good thing he was there throwing a silent tirade, or we might have done goofy.
All right, so your dad, the nurse says he's going to die in about 10 hours. You get there, and now you're all sitting around the bed, even the little kids, waiting for Grandpa to die.
Yeah, he has a kid that's my niece Sydney, that she's old enough that it creeped her out. She's 4, I guess. And she was right. But it was funny. At one point, she they had brought my dad a basket, like the church brought him a basket full of stuff. And she comes running in, and she goes, she liked the basket. She goes, when Grandpa's dead, can I have that basket?
Cool.
Like, this is when he's still kind of conscious.
He can hear it. We're picking over his belongings. The guy has nothing, and people are fighting over his basket.
A 4-year-old knows.
Did he leave
Get something now.
Did your dad have any money?
He had a house, you know.
So you get that at least. You going to get some money out of it?
Yeah, they're selling it.
Yeah. What do you think you can get for that?
Probably got about $1.60.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you maybe inherit $80,000.
I shouldn't say that in case someone's about to pay $1.80 and listening to the show.
Right. But so he didn't have any money in the bank or anything? What did he do?
He was a teacher.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Too bad.
He had a few policies, but
I'm so jealous of these guys whose fathers die and they leave them millions.
Kidding.
Oh, what's better is if they give you the money before they go.
My girlfriend's waiting. She's got a trust fund from her dead dad. That's like enormous.
Ridiculous, yeah.
I'm just reading, Christina Onassis' daughter is her sole heir.
Right.
And at 18, she becomes responsible for $1 billion. At 21, they give her another $1 billion.
Wow. She can back up the Brinks truck.
Sheesh.
So, okay, so you're waiting 10 hours, your dad passes away, and who has the idea to let's take pictures with dead dad?
It just seemed appropriate. We had the camera out, like, to get pictures of us before he died.
Right.
Was it a Polaroid or was...
No, it's one of those just throwaway cameras.
Should have been one of those party cameras that have tables on it. Now this
the one they leave on the wedding table.
Because he's got, the picture is, like, in his wallet, and it's laminated.
So you don't want it destroyed.
Yeah, it's just, it's freaky. And he goes, you want to see pictures of my dead dad? And he pulls it out, and he's kissing his dad's forehead, and his dad's laying down on the bed.
Wow.
And he's like, kissing him. And your dad doesn't look good.
There's no tongue or anything. Don't get it.
Your dad's mouth is open, though, and like you see the roof of his mouth.
Looks like he's waiting, right?
Because the dad's laying on his back. So all you see is the roof of his mouth and his nostrils.
He looks dead.
Yeah. Oh, he looks so dead.
Goodness.
There's no way to jazz him up.
He was...
Yeah.
Makeup.
Yeah. Makeup. Come on. No kidding, man.
Hi, this is Olin Mills Studios calling.
Now, were you laughing as you did this?
We had a few chuckles. I forget what. I mean,
that's dark.
Gallows is going to come into the picture.
You walk in the room, your comedian brother snapped. Okay, now me. Pull your penis out.
Right. It's so funny. I have some cop friends who have to, like, a lot of times go see, dead people. And I know sometimes they carry a Santa hat in the squad car. And what they do is when the family leaves the room, if they have a dead guy there who's particularly funny looking, they stick the Santa hat on him and they photograph him real quick. And then they got all these amazing pictures. It's better than even naked girl pictures. It's like really good stuff. But, that's not right either. Anyway, so...
You know it's not right.
Yeah, if you feel like it, you should see Doug's dead dad picture.
I will come over to see that. I have to see that.
Put that on your website.
Yeah, I should put that on my website, which is disgustingpig.com.
There you go.
Appropriately enough.
Yeah.
And you can see Doug Stanhope this Wednesday through Sunday at the Improv in Miami, Florida. And where are you going to be, Craig? I'll give you a plug.
Going to Arizona this week. Thursday, Bash on Ash in Tempe, Arizona, hosted by Wild Mick Brown from Dokken.
Dude, you're going to miss the big fight. Crazy Cabby versus Angry Black. How can you miss that? Well, production value for the show?
Very nice. Now, you were about to tell us what a great dad you were.
Oh, yeah. So, let's get back to that story.
I'm dying to know how you became Father of the Year.
No, I wasn't Father of the Year. I mean, I was just doing my usual Friday night thing. Ashley came into town, my 8-year-old. And then, kill that. 8-year-old comes in with a friend, and I was just going to take her to dinner, and then maybe a movie or something, but it was getting late. She got in late. And then I'm trying to figure what to do with it. She goes, I want to go to Mars 2112. And I love that joint. They're always good to me, but Mars 2112 is crowded with a lot of people. It's like Disney World.
Especially on a Friday, yeah.
So now I'm like, hey, I want to be Dad of the Year, but I'd rather go somewhere quiet, but then let me put her needs in front of mine. So I'll sit there so people stare at me. Who cares? So I go over to Mars 2112. And that place is raking in the dough like you wouldn't friggin' believe.
Quietly, because you never hear about them or read about them, but they always got a crowd.
There was a crowd of people waiting to just, first of all, you know how you go on that little ride?
Yeah.
Because you pretend you're going to Mars. So you go in there. It had to be 500 people waiting with their kids.
Are you kidding?
To get on the little ride, just to go up to Mars. It's a 4.5-minute trip. You know, and they simulate being in a rocket ship.
And they're standing in that line waiting for it.
Standing in line. Yours truly cut right in front.
Did you? You didn't wait?
No.
Oh, you devil.
I can't. I'm famous. Got to go through.
Oh.
They clear out the whole... I tell you, that's the best part about being famous.
Don't have to wait in line.
Don't have to wait in line in Mars 2112. The bad part, however, is once you get in there, everybody's looking at you, waiting for you to do something goofy or like, you know, they just want...
Just stare.
Well, they kind of think, you see, when you get into Mars, what's cool about it, for the kids, they've got guys who come around to the table in Martian costumes. So when people see me, I think they think I'm part, like, either that I'm a Howard Stern impersonator.
Oh, they think you're part of the show?
Or they think I'm there as making an appearance. So I'm like wanting to, like, hey, come on over to the table and take pictures with the kids.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but, you know, I said, hey, listen, I'm here with my kid.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be a dad.
I'm trying to be dad of the year. Well, you're Al Pacino's baby. You know it.
You know what it's like.
My father is Al Pacino. My mom's Bella D'Angelo. They always say, hey, do something interesting. I throw some crap at him. Hooah. How do you like that?
But hey, your mom's name is Beverly DeAngelis.
No, it isn't.
Is
it's
it
D'Angelo.
Oh, it is? Okay.
He knows his mom.
Okay. Well, Beverly D'Angelis used to be our newscaster.
That's right. Well, it was Judy D'Angelo.
Yeah, okay. I'm all confused. Got it.
Okay. So you're in the restaurant.
So I'm in the restaurant, and, you know, then my kid wants to go into the game room.
What's that?
There's a big game room. I mean, they got cool
like video
stuff.
Games?
Yeah. It's unbelievable, though. Like, really cool ones. Like, you go fishing, they give you a fishing rod, and it's a video fish, and, I mean...
These games are so big now, you get in them.
Yeah, it's friggin' unbelievable. Well, my microphone's going out again. Did anybody look into this? It's going in and out. All right. I guess we're going to be doing this every morning. I want to welcome, for as long as my microphone works, I can hear it going. I don't know why I get annoyed when the microphone goes out. It's just an opportunity for me to relax. I was in the middle of saying something brilliant.
I missed it.
This microphone keeps going out, but I don't think anybody deals with it after I leave. I can guarantee you nobody dealt with it. I can guarantee you nobody dealt with it after I left yesterday.
Well, if they did, they broke it again.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Anyway, you just missed 3 seconds of the greatest radio in the country. My every word is so important. To miss it is insane.
To lose these words is a tragedy.
I want to welcome comedian Doug Stanhope to the show today. Good to always see Doug.
Yeah.
Go to disgustingpigs.com. Where have you been?
No S, just Disgusting Pig.
Oh, disgustingpig.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because you get a whole different person if you go to Disgusting Pigs. Are you saying something?
Yeah, you get some ugly chicks when you go to disgustingpigs.com, I'm sure. Doug, did you bring a microphone that I can borrow?
You can use this one, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's now bring your own mic.
This one's
radio.
quieter.
Hey, Scott, could I ask you, did anybody look at this after I left yesterday? Tell the truth for once. Don't give me a yes. You know no one did.
Yeah, I was in here with Rich, and he was working with it for about a half hour.
He did a great job.
And I worked with it 10 minutes this morning and just played with it and tried to make it not work. And it worked. It worked. I couldn't get it to not work right.
Well, it started not working after you fixed it.
Maybe when you talk into it, the microphone rebels. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing,
and
1, 2.
I know Richie was in here for at least a half hour yesterday.
Well,
Do you know what he did while he was in here?
Hey, he's the chief engineer. I don't know what he did.
A half hour he put in, huh? A half hour of not fixing it.
I know he was going over everything.
Why waste a half hour of his time if he doesn't fix it? Anyway,
I didn't know he was actually working on the mic. He might have been sleeping.
Who knows? Anyway, let him know that it doesn't work. All right, we're still having a problem. But okay, I have this other microphone here, and we'll persevere. Thank you.
I was in there for a half an hour. I don't get it. It was working when I left.
Thank you, Richie.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to do an hour.
If it doesn't work, I'm have to go on vacation. I'll come back.
You guys are stressing me out.
I'm sorry. I have to leave.
There's no way of pleasing you.
I'm going to the Bahamas.
You guys can't be pleased. I've heard that. Sorry.
You guys, I don't know what to do for you.
I can't do enough for you.
I know.
How about making the mics work?
We're horrible people. Hey, anyway, good morning, everybody. And as I said, Doug Stanhope is here. We have a very busy show. We had to reschedule this guy. We're finally getting him on. A man who wrote a book about how to steal stuff from soda machines and ATMs and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sure he was very busy.
Yeah, and also John returns, the 26-year-old who looks like he's 11. And Debbie, a girl who says she will sleep with him.
Only one?
I'm already worried.
Why?
Well, because yesterday when I left, there
we
were
had three.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
And then about 4 o'clock yesterday, just wanted to get rid of leave. Casey goes, we're down to one.
Even before they saw him, girls started to drop out.
Yeah.
You think Debbie will show up?
Yeah, I think there'll definitely be one. And there's another one that had a problem with a boyfriend. If they can straighten that out, she'll be here.
Oh, great. Boyfriend doesn't want her having sex with a kid who looks 11? These boyfriends, they ruin everything.
Yeah, can you imagine objecting to that?
Ladies, stand up to your boyfriends. Don't listen. You have your own life. I understand her boyfriend is 10, so. Well, anyway, one way or another, we got to get that kid laid.
He's counting on it.
Right. KC might have to get into a dress. Later this week, Tara Reid, Allison Hannigan of American Pie 2, Liv Tyler's mom, Bebe Buell, Male Queen for a Day with the winner going to the Bunny Ranch. Also coming soon, Afro Man and Winfred's Money with director Kevin Smith. Got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words, and we'll get everything going.
Start. Hi, this is Gene Simmons of KISS. The real Gene Simmons, not that load of crap Craig Gass. Not only am I a member of the world's greatest rock band that has given inspiration to such bands as Bon Jovi, the Beatles, and Led Zeppelin, but KISS also invented Scrabble, the Hubble telescope, and built most of the Great Wall of China. You're listening to a man who is a clone of me, Howard Stern.
The Howard Stern Show. It does a body good. It does a body good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, is today Tuesday? Yeah. On E! Tonight, guys, just give me a little note on this. On E! Tonight, we have the Gary Busey fight, where Gary came in and attacked Robin, threw her down to the ground, and began to get sexual with her. Then he attacked me viciously. It was like a shark attack. I read this thing on the front page of the newspaper, both newspapers, Daily News and the New York Post. So horrible. Some dude goes to the Bahamas on his, I guess his 10th anniversary. Looks like some kind of black guy.
Did you see the names on those people?
Yeah, but it looks like a black guy.
He does, but I can't tell. The woman's name is Ava Maria.
Right.
And the guy's name is Krishna.
Yeah, maybe they're Indians.
I don't know.
I don't know what they are from looking at the picture, but I feel horrible for this guy. He's a Wall Street guy, doing very well. And whenever I see, like, a black-looking guy doing very well, I feel good. And I say, hey, here's a guy who's making it.
Beat the odds.
He's beating the odds. You know what I mean? I feel good about the guy. Goes down to the Bahamas on his 10th anniversary, staying married, the whole thing.
Well, the problem is he's doing so well.
He's doing so well. What happens? He goes for a swim in 5 feet of water. And a man-eating shark, they believe a man-eating shark because this sharks mostly, if they make a mistake and attack you, they mostly will just swim away because they don't like the taste of meat. They're looking for fish. But this was, they think, a man-eating shark.
Oh, there is such a breed?
Yeah, the experts say that there are some, like, renegade sharks who actually have a taste for man.
Acquire a taste for man. Okay.
Well, this one did and took a bite out of his leg, his calf. Like bit up this calf. And the reason they think it's a man-eating shark, usually you'd find the calf somewhere, but...
Yeah, they spit it out.
They spit it out. This shark loved it.
Ate it up. Sushi for him.
Yeah. And you know what? If a shark's going to eat my leg, at least eat it and enjoy it. Don't spit it out.
Spit it out if you're going to take the whole
thing. So anyway, the guy's on his honeymoon, gets bitten by the shark real bad. Fortunately for him, listen to this, he's able to fight off a second attack by the shark. He punches the shark. I don't know where all these brave guys are coming from, but he was able to punch the shark in the face.
Well, what's brave about fighting for your life, Howard? I mean, at that point.
I think I'd just give up.
Screaming is going to do any good.
Yeah, I would scream. I would just be like, oh! So he punched the shark a bunch of times in the face, got out of the water, collapsed. Fortunately for him, there was a doctor on the beach.
Jogging on the beach.
Yeah, who was able to make a tourniquet to cut off the bleeding. They say otherwise the guy would have bled to death. That's how bad the bite was.
Yeah, well, the doctor is jogging. He doesn't have a belt. He actually had to get the belt from somebody else.
Yeah, he did a great job, and he got the guy to the hospital. Unfortunately, they had to take off his leg from above the knee.
But he would have bled to death right there on the sand, even though he got out of the water, if that doctor hadn't jogged along.
In fact, they say even with the doctor there, he lost so much blood, this guy, they were afraid of brain damage, like this other kid who Jesse
Armageddon.
Yeah, the one who's still in a light coma.
Yeah.
They say that this guy, though, is able to speak and write, so he didn't suffer brain damage, but he might have bled to death anyway. Certainly, if the shark had gotten a second bite out of him.
The most amazing thing is that not only did he beat up the shark, drag himself out of the water, before he collapsed on the beach, he scrawled the room number of his hotel room.
Why did he scroll that?
So somebody could find, who he was. You're not swimming with ID.
Yeah, but wasn't the wife there? Oh, the wife wasn't there.
This was an early morning swim. He left her asleep in bed.
Aye.
He was out there alone. So he had to really, fight the shark, write the number.
Yeah, this guy's a pretty bright guy. He's a bright guy. Oh, man. I wonder if he has to still pay for his hotel room after something like that happens. I really mean, like, who would have the nerve?
Hotel's fault.
Yeah, who would have the nerve to send a bill?
I mean, come on.
Sir, we feel bad. We're not going to charge you. Oh, my God. What a horror. In the Bahamas, no less.
In paradise, basically. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. I don't know where he was staying. Hardly matters. It's just I'm always curious. I want to avoid.
I can tell you the room number.
1414, right?
4149.
4149. See, I thought I remembered it, too. Wow. I feel so bad for this dude. Honest to God, I do.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, don't you feel good that he's alive?
Yeah, I do, but come on. He's got to learn to walk with no leg. And oh, come on. It's tough.
You got to look for that silver lining.
Yeah, well, Bob, he's alive. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Every time he takes off his pants, he's got to be reminded of the shark that took his leg.
I just thought, immediately I thought of if the situation were reversed. The wife goes for an early morning swim and loses a leg.
Honeymoon over. No, she'll stick with him.
Yeah, I'm saying. She definitely, you don't worry about a woman leaving just because a guy loses a leg.
Yeah. If a woman loses a leg, a guy's out of there.
Unless you're Paul McCartney.
Right. For some reason, Paul McCartney is just like the most amazing man on the planet. He can love anyone. He has the capacity to love. And, I feel bad for this guy, but the guy I feel worse for is me. No air conditioning in my bedroom last night.
Oh, dear.
When I put my apartment together, I upgraded the air conditioning and everything.
Yeah, you put in a whole new system.
And for 2 years now, for some reason, my bedroom, the guy's coming today again to fix it. This has been 20 times. It's 80 degrees in my bedroom.
But, you don't notice it until the hottest day of the year, did you?
No, I've been having this problem ongoing.
Oh.
So they're coming in today, supposedly, they're going to fix it. I said, guys, well, what point do I get all my money back? Because I don't get any air conditioning.
Maybe it's you. You can't get air conditioning here. You can't get air conditioning.
I just want to sleep. I just do your job.
What is it about
Show up every friggin' day and check it, and if it's not working, fix it.
Are you at the point of wanting to mention the company?
Yes, I am. I'm so close because I just have paid so much money.
Dude, they don't charge you now.
No, but I paid a lot of money to get this going.
It's a beautiful apartment. Shame you can't be in it.
Shame I can't sleep in it. I tell you, it's insane. But I'm gonna wait this one time to see if they fix it.
One more time, they.
Yeah, I can't take it. And I go, guys, what haven't I done right? Did I not pay enough? Did I not put enough air conditioning? What's going on? Tell me what to do.
Well, I do know an air conditioner genius. If you want an evaluation.
Yes, I think I might be using him.
All right.
If you could give me the name of this genius.
He's a genius.
I need an air conditioning genius.
Because I had huge air conditioning problems.
Really?
He was the only one who figured it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Is his name Mel Karmazin?
Well, Mel doesn't deal in air conditioning anymore.
Oh, he's just a regular genius.
He gave up air conditioning, but this guy's still doing it.
Man, was it hot. I'm like, I'm unconscious. I'm in the coma.
took the train from Islip, and I got on a car, and there was no air conditioning.
Oh.
And I didn't know. I just assumed the whole train was like that, so I sat there like a moron.
And there were air
it was
conditioning
Jamaica before the guy comes and he goes, you know, you don't have to sit in a hot car. All the other ones have air conditioning.
Wow. You're in the only car that's not.
Soaked through, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. You took the train in this morning?
No, last night.
Last night. That's Doug Stanhope, comedian. Where you been? What have you been doing?
Traveling the road, doing some, did a bunch of that hidden camera stuff, like Spy TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you working on Spy TV?
I did a few of them, yeah.
Love that show.
Really?
Do you write them as well as...
I wrote the ones that I did. I did, like, 4 or 5 segments.
What is that show on? I always miss it.
I don't even know. It
I
was on Tuesdays and Thursdays to start.
And now where is it?
It was on Sunday a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. I don't.
What bits are you doing? What stunts did you do?
I think the only one that's aired so far was the Motel Surgery where we played.
That was you?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that was
missed
funny.
that one. Tell me about that.
Thanks.
Just listen to this. These guys set up in a hotel. Like 2 doctors operating on the bloodiest body you ever saw, blood spraying all over the room.
Yeah, it looked really real.
It looked real.
Now, is it in the lobby or something?
No, in a room.
It was a crack hotel, and we ordered pizza.
Yeah. So they order pizza, and when the pizza delivery boys show up, these are guys who can't speak any English or anything. Right. These guys start getting them involved in the operation, and it looked weird. One guy jumped out the friggin' window.
Jumped out a second story window. They didn't show. It was a smash cut of that. What had happened is the guy had gone for the door initially.
Yeah.
And he didn't speak any English. So we go, don't open the door. You'll let germs in. And all he knows is we're yelling at him, no. So then he's gone for about 10 seconds, and we try to get him involved in the operation.
Yeah.
And he just kicked out the window and jumped out the second-story window.
It was way cool. I thought the guy was going to die.
Is he still alive?
He landed on the roof of the equipment van that was parked right underneath. And then he left. He left his car with the keys in the ignition.
He was so scared he jumped out. And they go, no, we need you for the operation.
Well, wait a minute. Now, how do you get permission to air that from that guy?
Because he was illegal.
Yeah, and we said, either we put you on TV or we're just sending you back to Mexico.
Yeah, he had cut himself all up. He refused medical attention.
Yeah.
Because he was illegal, like $200.
Great television.
Yeah.
It was great. I said,
not exploitive at all.
They ruined this guy's life. He just delivered a pizza. It's startling. And then these other guys come in and they can't believe it. And before you know it, they're doing surgery. They're all there with like scalpels.
They're perfectly willing, huh?
Yeah,
to take a scalpel and cut somebody.
It's a real funny bit. Like that show a lot.
Amazing.
It's candid camera, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's cool.
You know, the other bit on there that I think back to with all these reality shows is the one where they were, auditioning people for this fake TV reality
cannibals,
show.
Yeah,
They actually ate human flesh.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. So you got a bunch coming up on that, huh?
Got a few coming up. Yeah, it just got picked up. So.
Do they pay good money for that?
No, I don't get good money for
What did they tell you? It's exposure.
Yeah.
That's a writing job, right?
It was,
and you get to perform.
I wrote my own gags, so but I didn't get writer credit.
But they
Why?
do say this is Doug, right?
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't say Doug Stanhope.
Yeah, it's not high exposure television by any.
In fact, I watched that episode. I didn't see you.
And didn't know it was me.
Oh boy.
Right. Yeah. It's weird.
NBC getting away with murder again.
Yeah.
See, I did one for Fox called When Hidden Cameras Attack that was just really, really funny. Still sitting on a shelf. We did it like 2 years ago, and it blows Spy TV out of the water. But
really?
And I thought they'd put it on because Spy TV's getting the numbers, but no. So far, no.
Fox usually doesn't miss things like that.
I know.
What's up with them?
Kevin, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard.
Hey.
Hey, about this guy that got bit by the shark, man. We'll see what kind of marriage he's got, We'll see whether that broad's going to stick with him or not,
Well, my prediction is the broad will stick with him. They seem like they have a tight marriage. I said usually when a shark attacks, and as Robin pointed out, if the woman gets bitten, then the guy usually gets out of there.
Yeah. But he's got no legs.
Yeah, but women will put up. You see, women will put up with.
You've been married 10 years. You're basically hobbled anyway.
Right.
Woman likes living with a cripple.
Just because you're physically hobbled, it doesn't mean you're not mentally hobbled.
You ain't going to run around on me now.
Boy. All right, dude.
Hey, on another note, I'd like to congratulate you on your ratings in Atlantic City.
Oh, good.
Bob and Tom.
Who's Bob and Tom? Oh, the guys, I know who Bob and Tom are. They're guys from Indianapolis. Yeah, they're horrible.
Oh, were they syndicated into Atlantic City?
Yeah, well, these guys, they're syndicated everywhere we are. Everyone is now syndicated.
Yeah, I know.
And, they're all mad at me, but I'm the guy who started it all, so, I mean, I should be the one winning, shouldn't I? There should be some justice in that.
These people got sea breeze blowing through their ears, you know?
Yeah. Okay, thanks, bro.
Take care.
Right. Yeah, Bob and Tom must really be awful because they were there already. Like, you think they could have...
Yeah, they got a toehold in the market.
Yeah, they must be real bad. But I think, like, I don't know where they're from, like Indianapolis.
Doug, why are you buttoning your lip?
Oh, you know these guys?
Yeah, I've been on the Bob and Tom.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Are they total idiots?
I don't want to lose.
Oh, you're afraid to badmouth them. Well, you got to be loyal to our show or their show.
I am loyal to your show, sir.
There you go. So badmouth them. We'll do it. Pussy.
Bob and Tom touched me inappropriately.
Ah, there you go. See, can't even have comedians anymore. They do every... Comedians are the biggest whores. They do every show.
Now it's become like TV. You know how you could never... And TV, you could never get anybody to say something bad about a guy who had a TV show.
Yeah.
They'd sit there with Mike Douglas and, tell him he was wonderful, and then they'd sit there with Johnny Carson and tell him he was wonderful. Radio's become the same way.
Yeah.
Got to have your outlets.
Well, for what it's worth, Bob and Tom suck. Whoever they are. And I haven't heard their show, but I can guarantee you they suck. So, Heather, you're 37.
Right.
And the woman that you were with, the ex-playmate, was how old?
She's 30, about my age, 37.
So she still looks good?
Yeah, yes, actually, she does.
Now, let's face it, there are some chicks at 37 that can look good.
And a playmate probably lasts longer.
I don't know. Are you both really good looking?
She's very built, very pretty, and I think I am. I'm very fit.
Are you married?
Separated.
Yeah, and what happened? Where'd you meet this so-called playmate?
Well, she's putting a swimsuit calendar together in the Jersey Shore area.
Well, so she must be good looking.
Yes.
Although there are a lot of delusional chicks with odd swimsuit calendars, too, but I'm going to assume she's good looking for purposes of me getting aroused.
She is very pretty.
Where'd you meet her?
Through a mutual friend.
Had you ever done lesbianism before?
No.
This is your first time?
Yeah.
So why would a friend set you up with her?
Well, he was setting me up because she needed she's looking, scouting actually, models for this calendar, and he thought of me and another girl.
Oh, so you must be good looking if he thought of you to model.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you a stripper?
No.
How do you come to model? What would you have to wear in the calendar?
Actually, it's just little cute outfits or a swimsuit, or it's not nudity or anything. It's just a very sensual, I believe, calendar.
So what, Doug?
Was that your audition to get
actually,
into the calendar?
I was filling an application out and talking with her, and she was just letting me know what it was all about. So.
And when you were filling out the application and listening to her talk, did you find her attractive?
Yeah.
But you really weren't thinking about lesbianism.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating there's an application.
Yeah, for the calendar. What do they ask you on the application?
Well, you have to be a certain age, and so you're just signing that you're a certain age, and you're just reading this little application that has what's involved and who she's about.
Is it like women over 35 or something?
You have to be 21, at least 21.
Oh, it's an age that way thing.
Yeah. And it's odd that 37-year-old women make a swimsuit calendar. Is the calendar for the 1985 year, and you guys are going to go back in time? Or I've never seen. Is it some sort of like girls who hold up well at 37?
No, it's just anybody over the age of 21 that she felt was very photogenic and that would sell the calendar.
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'6".
I see. Are you very tight in the stomach and everything?
Yes, I have a washboard stomach, and I'm very fit.
And her too?
She's in good shape.
Yeah.
So who's in better shape?
Well, fit-wise, I would have to say myself, but she's got the model height and body, and of course she's had a little work done. But.
Right.
Who'd win kickboxing?
So the two of you are talking about the calendar. How does love begin?
Well, she has to take Polaroids of.
Oh, by the way, we need some other information. Do you look like anyone famous?
I've been told.
At last call.
I'm trying to think. Who was the girl in Court? That comedy.
Marky Post?
Marky Post?
Yes.
Okay, and what does she look like?
God, I can't describe, but she's very pretty.
Okay, go ahead. So the two start talking.
We start talking, and we're going to take a couple of Polaroids. Me and my girlfriend, actually, and she wanted to know where we wanted to take them, and I really didn't want to take them where we were. We were at
in a van.
We were at on a big deck over on the Jersey Shore. It was very nice.
You were outdoors.
Right. And so my friend has a condo, so I said, well, let's just go back there.
And your friend is hot, too?
Yes. She's very pretty, but she doesn't really have a body for this, but she's very sensual.
So she was going to pose as well?
Right.
Okay. So she says, let's go back to the condo. You all three of you go to the condo?
It's us 3 girls and my friend.
Okay.
A male friend.
A male friend. Okay. And you're all going to go take... And what do you need for these Polaroids? You have to be topless?
No. Just a picture of whatever outfit we were in, which was shorts and a nice top that showed my stomach.
Right. Okay, so go ahead.
And so we went back there, and we were just all, just getting to know each other or whatever. And
is there drinking involved?
Well, 1 beer or whatever, but nothing major.
Right.
And we were just kind of talking, getting to know each other. And
the 4 of you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And just goofing around. And, we had music on, and my girlfriend, who's a very sensual, very nice dancer, was starting to dance, and it just started out that way, that it was a fun thing. And apparently, I didn't know, but my girlfriend told me that this Playboy Playmate seemed to be kind of hitting on me a little bit.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm fully aroused now.
And
I noticed you got quiet.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I was kind of naive to it because I never... thought to do something like that, would never have thought.
Sounds like your friend, though, is a player. I mean, she gets up and starts dancing and stuff in front of everyone?
Well, yeah, because it just kind of, I don't know, it was just flowing. Everybody was having a good time, and we were getting to know each other. And
did your friend ever come on to you?
No.
Right.
No, never.
But when your friend was dancing, did you find her attractive?
Well, she's very sensual. I like the way she dances. She's got a great touch dancing, and I always liked watching her dance or whatever.
What was she dancing to?
Latina music.
Latina, yeah.
She's Latina.
Yeah. Latina.
She's fit, but she doesn't have the boobs and all that, but she wants to get them.
You got big boobies?
Do I? I had implants put in.
Nice. What do you, a C or a D?
A C.
Nice.
He wasn't finding anything funny the other day.
Someone asked me during the commercials, what did that girl look like who just came in here and said she'd have sex with little Jonathan? And I said Reese Witherspoon. You said better than that. I kind of think like the girl in Clueless.
Yes, Alicia Silver or whatever.
Silverstone.
Yeah. That's a good example.
Kind of like that, kind of dresses like that, right, Doug?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Doug, I went on your website. There's something very disturbing on there. You're like naked.
What?
He's naked with a bunch of guys sitting on a... Show the picture from his website. There's... That's Doug.
Want to tell us about the...
Oh, that was the Chicago Comedy Festival. That was me and Mitch Hedberg and Tom Rhodes and some other guy.
If you go on the website, you guys are all naked, just sitting there.
Yeah, we did the chicks went in the bathroom. We did that drunken let's all be naked when they come out.
Sure, there were chicks there. Girls, all right.
Yeah, right, dude. Wow, that is weird. Well, you're into... I heard you'll do anybody. I heard like you'll go to like a comedy club, you'll do all the chicks.
I used to get laid a lot until I started talking about it. And then now nothing.
Right. But and you did threesomes and everything, huh?
Yeah, I've done 3 or 4 threesomes, but they were always, again, it was like that. It was always either one of them was a pig or one of them was really goofy about the whole thing.
I got to tell you, that picture on your website, and if you want to see Doug's website, go to disgustingpig.com. But
I knew I should have taken those pictures.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, dude, that looks very gay.
Yeah, really. What are you trying to say with that picture?
It's a bunch of guys. I've never sat with guys naked on a bed. What are you doing? You smoking a cigarette?
You haven't lived then.
Are you smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
And that looks like, well, this was after sex.
And not only that, you know what? That picture of your wiener isn't all that impressive.
I know.
No offense. I mean, I got about
with a big.
I mean, I got the same as you, but I just don't know if I'd photograph it. Looks like a gay man swingers convention.
Yeah.
Weird. Let's go to Tina. A couple of phone calls and we'll do the news. Tina, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
All right.
First of all, I'm a really big fan. I've been listening to you since AM.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give you some advice about your show.
All right.
I really think that you should get back together with your wife.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with my show, but...
Well, I'll explain. back then, like a couple of years ago, when a gorgeous stripper would walk into your studio, you would be just beside yourself, describing all the things you would do to her and how much of a man you are and this and that. Now it's like, she's hot. Yeah, she's hot. You're like too content now. You're getting way too much bite, and you're just not desperate anymore.
People want you to be as miserable as them.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something.
Miserable. You were funny when you were miserable.
Well, let me tell you something. If I've ceased being funny, if I were you, I wouldn't listen. And secondly, I just figured that I had carried on way too much about the previous lesbian phone call, and maybe I should temper it by letting that kid have his moment. But since you don't think I'm funny, what the real problem with me is
very funny.
If I've lost my humor. You know, it's funny I can't win, too. People always say, well, he spends too much time talking about girls, and it's boring.
You know,
then if I talk about girls, then they go, well, you don't talk enough about the girls.
No.
I got to tell you something.
I'm listening.
And this is the only thing I can tell you. Since my career began, newspaper critics and even my fans write letters all the time talking about how I suck and I've lost it. Since I'm talking about now, I've done it 20 years. Since the first year.
I think you're hysterical. I listen to you every single day, religiously.
And I don't know that my fortune has been made sitting there and talking about every woman. That's another misconception of my audience.
You never used feedback what you did on the show. You did what you felt. And you were
well, the show has changed, and maybe it's changed for the worse, so you got to stop listening.
No, I'm not saying stop listening. I'm saying get back with your wife, and you'll get desperate again.
First of all, let me say something.
Maybe he can't do that.
But what makes you think my wife wants to get back with me? You know, I love how women always assume.
She should do it for
I don't think she really cares one rat's ass about my show at this point. Although, you know.
You make everybody on your show sacrifice for the show. She should also.
All right. Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome.
All right.
You
Tina
are
says,
the king of the world.
Do you think she gets the same calls?
Tina says, yeah. Allison, you want to go back? Well, I'll tell you something. I am so constantly evaluated, it makes me a little bit mashugana.
Well, don't do a Mariah Carey on us and start stepping on plates.
Hi, this is Mariah Carey. I have a message for all my fans. Have a nice day.
Mariah, why do you think you had the breakdown, the nervous breakdown?
Stress.
From what?
Everything. The fans, the tours, stress. And this one here causes me a lot of stress.
The #1 killer is stress, you know. Let's go to Billy Crystal. You're on the air.
I was listening to a show, and Robin said that she really enjoyed Rush Hour 2.
Yes, I did.
You did. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. And how did you enjoy America's Sweethearts, my $55 million film?
America's Sweethearts sucks, except for Julia Roberts.
You saw it, though?
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. But I'm very sorry that when someone called in last week and said that when I was on Oprah and she said I had a black soul, do you remember what you said? You said you want to stab yourself in the throat. I am very down with the brothers, Robin. I am very entrenched in the African-American community.
Billy, you got to realize your movie did not do that well.
$55 million is not too bad.
Well, what did you pay Julia Roberts?
She got some points at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you have to admit, $55 million in 3 weeks, considering Planet of the Apes.
Considering you got terrible reviews.
Some of them were good. There were some good. There were 3 stars. You brought them up last time, Robin.
That's true.
Well, that's true, but they lied.
Now, that's not fun.
All right, thank you, Billy.
That's not funny.
All right. You didn't think she was fun or funny?
No, she was neither fun nor funny. Negative fun, negative fun.
All right, thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
All right. Nikki, go ahead. You're on the air. Nikki? Yo, Nikki. Oh, Nikki. Let's go to Carolyn. Carolyn, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
I disagree with that caller about getting back with your wife because I've been listening to you for years, and I wish nothing but happiness for both of you. And if this is what you think you need to do, that's what you do. I see no difference in the show whatsoever. But I do have a little bit of suggestion as well. I listen to anything on your show. I mean, I even listen to the farts and everything. I just stopped eating breakfast. It's not a big deal to me.
Okay.
But the only thing that can make me turn my video off when you're on is Jessica Hahn. I mean, to me, she has nothing to say. To call her a has-been presumes she was once a somebody. I mean, I just don't get her. She just tries to act sexy, and I just don't. The only person who had less meaningful information was A.J. Benza, in my opinion.
Well, you're not alone. A lot of people have problems with Jessica Hahn. They don't feel that she should be on. I felt today that her revelation about making love to Hugh Hefner and her honesty about the penis size, what his body looked like, the fact that he came in his bathrobe, she was naked, laid on him. I thought that was an incredible story. So that's my evaluation.
You didn't enjoy that?
No,
I thought she was particularly good.
I guess it's the closest she's come to anything that had any interest to me.
You know what's funny? If you read that story in Us Magazine, an exclusive interview with Jessica Hahn talking about her night of passion with Hugh Hefner, it would be all over Entertainment. I have more exclusives on a daily basis than any of these magazines. In fact, most magazines just reprint what I do. So I'm telling you that I believe that she is someone who is candid. I don't say she's always the best guest in the world, but she's someone who still holds my interest. By the way, you're not alone in evaluating guests. A lot of people hate certain guests. You know, I happen to think Beetlejuice is funny when he comes on. I've seen people say Beetlejuice is the worst, and then people say he's the best. Who can go by anything other than what interests me?
Does anybody say she's the best, though?
I don't think anybody says she's the best, but some people like her information. They love the stories about Sam Kinison when she boned him, and then her nervous breakdown when all of a sudden Jessica was going on other shows bad-mouthing us.
Yeah, I remember.
I would imagine...
her fight with Sam Kinison, remember that?
You know, I got to tell you something. In the last couple of weeks, I've seen, I think it's the Globe magazine, they keep reprinting stories from this show and don't even credit us.
The Montel Williams pot... legalization story was in there not too long ago.
There was a couple. I just read them one in a row, and they right in a row, and they don't credit us. We could fill magazines, volumes, with what we get out of people. And I don't know. I just think that what Jessica did today was really good radio, and she came forward and spoke about something of interest. So I don't know. I disagree with you. Joey disagrees with you. Talk to him about it. What is it, Joey?
Hey, Howard, she's off a rock, man. She's so hot. Jessica Hahn is like the hottest thing. I would do anything to get in bed with her.
What does she say, though?
You know what? Last time she was on, she was talking to clean up after him. That's a great woman right there.
But that's history. I mean, that's how long Sam Kinison been dead.
That's who she is, though.
By the way,
the type of image.
We've heard that. We've heard that so many times that, I mean, no offense.
I had never heard the Hugh Hefner thing before.
No, the Hugh Hefner thing was new, but the Sam Kinison and the pacifier and all that, I mean, it's the same thing every time.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm probably going to continue to have her on, despite what you're saying. And this past week, A.J. Benza getting into the fight, Gary Busey, all in the newspapers.
Yeah.
Major articles and things. And I have to think Jessica Hahn's revelation today was fascinating. I'm even fascinated in the fact that since her scandal, she hooked up with the guy who created Married with Children and supports her entirely, gave her her own house, her own setup, and has sex with her 2 times a week.
How often do you get to talk to somebody like that?
Yeah,
Not often.
I never hear about things like that, and I think that she's interesting. But, why defend it?
Yeah.
You got to, if you don't like that part, I understand.
Can I ask you one other question? Did you see the piece in the Rolling Stone where they were doing the lists, and they talked about shock jocks, and the first sentence said, due to Howard Stern's declining ratings, and they said that the shock jocks of the day, so to speak, were Opie and Anthony, and that made me more sick than Jessica Hahn when I read that.
Well, I don't know what the agenda of Rolling Stone magazine and most newspaper columnists. If you noticed, the ratings came out a couple of weeks ago. We're practically number 1 or number 2 in every market we're in with higher ratings than ever. It doesn't fit their agenda that I'm still around. Mm-hmm. The idea that anybody who does a clone show of mine is somehow better, I never understand because it's the same show. Sometimes worse, sometimes I don't even know what that agenda is. Yeah. It's a perception. I say, morning radio is the most difficult time of day to be on. It's the most competitive in any market. Yeah. And market by market, I've proven that we have just an incredible show over a 20-year history. This idea that our ratings are declining is one that started about two years ago when the company started putting on tons of people who do a show similar to mine. Mm-hmm. And it's a myth spread by, I guess, a jealous media that wants to somehow say that I'm declining. They only, for years they prayed for my decline, And that didn't happen. Now they're just creating a new history.
They're making it happen anyway.
I don't know. And then when the ratings are through the roof,
they still write that they've declined.
Right. Yeah, and there hasn't been a guy who has come on in the morning against us that's ever won, that's ever done anything we've done. To say that I'm declining and somehow, first of all, those guys are on in the afternoon. I don't even know what they're talking about. But come on against us and then talk about it. And then talk about your successes. I'm talking about Rolling Stone now. Rolling Stone wants to create an agenda for me. That's their point of view. I've been on the cover of Rolling Stone twice. Mm-hmm. I think I've single-handedly...
I don't think any other disc jockey's ever done that.
I think I've single-handedly changed the face of radio. I don't know who else has. I don't know who can make that claim. If my ratings are declining, I'm not seeing it. I don't know where it is in the country that I'm declining.
I don't know who's at Rolling Stone anymore, but I just can't imagine whoever's there felt that one day they'd be working for a magazine that had Justin Timberlake on the cover. So that's what they're up.
Yeah, I've certainly lost some radio stations within the last 5 years because of the religious right. They've targeted me and gone against me and actually ruined a lot of my advertising community, or my advertising base.
It has nothing to do with ratings, though.
So I have suffered some losses there, but that's only because I've refused to conform and refused to do a mainstream kind of show. You know, I'm trying to battle the FCC on the one front. I'm battling the religious right on the other. They every day I receive letters and smear campaigns from the religious right. The radio stations that I'm on are begging me to help them. I don't know what to do about it.
We're one of the few shows that get canceled, and we can be #1 at the same time.
Yeah. My family